It didn't stop raining till sometime early this morning. Managed to stay mostly dry inside. Lots of condensation. My towels are soaking wet. I can't really wipe any more water. But it was really that every time a raindrop hit the outside of the tent, condensation from the inside of the tent splattered. So, I know it was put up wonky. Good morning. This is the Appalachian Trail right here, and this is where I parked it last night. I found this spot and I was done. Ideally, I would have gotten another 2.2 miles to the West Chairback Pond, but it was dark. I was night hiking as it was, and there are ledges coming up, and I don't really know what that looks like, but it was also raining. And yeah, I thought it was going to rain all day today, and then I had service here last night. I got a weather report. It looks like it's going to be mostly dry today and then start raining later this evening. So that's good news. Hopefully some of my stuff can dry out. At some point I'm going to have to stop for lunch, and hopefully there will be sun and I can just lay, air my tent out. I mean, my quilt is a little damp. My sleep pad's a little damp. If those don't get aired out, it'll be okay. But everything is wet. I need my towels to dry so I can sop up the water that's going to come tonight and tomorrow. But yeah, it's, I stayed warm. It's going to be a good day. I'm going to feel sun. Yay, sun. I need to pep talk. I haven't packed anything away. My pep talk right now is, if you want to do 13.8, you have to move. Everything's wet and cold. Oh. Very late start this morning. I was so cold. I wasn't cold under my quilt and my liner and my hat and jacket and hoodie, and I was warm. But outside of those things, I was cold and I just didn't want to get up. All right, this is slippery pine needles on rock. So yeah, goal is 13.8, but since I got a late start, good luck with that today. But if I could at least get close to that shelter, because if I did 13.8, we would be on target for our Wednesday pickup as far as our plan was before we left. Today is Monday. My two packages that have been lost supposedly have left the distribution center. So should be in the hands of my Shaw's hostel people today or tomorrow for Wednesday. So I'll keep my eye on that. If I can't, my husband will. I am so glad that I stopped just short of this last night when I did, because it was still raining. This would have been soaking wet and not fun. And yeah, I parked it at the right place in the right time. Of course, I had a hard time getting up this morning. It was just so cold outside of my quilt and liner and coat and hoodie. So I got a very late start today. And I'm going to just listen to jams all day and do my best to go as fast as I can. Sadly, I'm going about 1 mile an hour a lot of the time out here. Sometimes 2, sometimes, ooh, moose poop. Sometimes I'm doing pretty good, but I mean, there are kids out here who are doing over 3 miles an hour for sure, even in Maine. I am just not that person. Because I have to look at everything and go, okay, it's wet right here. I need to get my foot down there so that I can get my next foot down there. But it's lowering myself down from here to here. That hurts my knees. So I have to be real strategic about it to keep my knees going for this whole trip. But I'm just going to see what I can do today. Yeah. So the way I got myself out from under my liner and quilt and out of my puffy coat and pants and hoodie into the hiking attire was to use some of my precious battery life for my electronics, because we're out here 9 days. There's no way to charge. So I have 2 batteries to recharge things, and I should be using it judiciously to make it last. And today is day 3 of 9. But I was able to stream from my beautiful little location. So this morning I put on Benihana Christmas as I packed up my stuff. I warmed myself up by laughter watching Benihana Christmas. You always see something new. Oh! All right. Time to pay attention. I'm climbing somewhere down here, I think. It's down here. And then I see a blaze. I see a blaze on that big slab of a rock right there. So I could have camped here, like right on the trail. If I had kept going last night and made it to here, I'd be like, parking it. You got to walk around my tent. Sorry. But I don't think anybody came. I didn't see one headlamp after I parked it last night. Ooh. And it would have gotten me up early this morning because there would have been people passing. So, yes. Thank you, the office, for Benihana Christmas. Even though you switch the waitresses for the second act, that's very weird. Oh, there's actual steps. Yippee skippy. I thought it was just a rock pile. Yay. This is the view from Chairback Third Mountain. I just filtered some water from a puddle like that. It was rainwater from last night, yesterday, and it was delicious. I just love it. I just want to say, Mainers are hardcore. So yesterday, the forecast was rain all day, cold, 0 views, just locked in, cloudy. And there are day hikers out here on a Sunday. Now, I've been a day hiker for a very long time, and I have hiked in the rain. But when the forecast is just rain all day on a Sunday, I'm probably more likely to go, I can go hiking next week. I'm going to make soup and watch a movie. Hardcore Mainers. And it's the 100-mile wilderness, by the way. I mean, wow. Hardcore. I love it. So, a nice handle right here to grab hold of. Just put your foot there. And you put your foot there. And then you're down. Easy peasy. Love it. Not always that easy. It is not always that easy. Thank you. This is coming out of a pond. And this is the water I'm going to drink right now. I'm going to filter it. I'm going to filter the water. I'm not just going to drink it. But I'd love to stop and take it in, but rain is expected in a couple hours. I have things on the back of my pack still in the dryer, hanging on the back of my pack. Hopefully will be dry. I'd like to just go ahead and put my pack cover on,
but I'm gonna wait because I need them to be more dry to sop up the water that I'll have on everything tonight. Oh, I came down here and did not need to. So I was talking to ET about stealthing possibly before the shelter, but I really want to push and make it to the shelter because tomorrow I would like to make up miles. I mean, we'll be caught up, we'll be with our original plan if I make it to the shelter tonight, but that still leaves 12 miles on the day that we are getting our resupply. 12 miles to have done by 2 p.m. when we have our resupply drop off. And they won't just leave it. You got to be there to get your food. My packages came in finally. I expected them last Thursday or Friday. Saturday, they still weren't there. Not true. But Hippie Chick from Shaw's just texted me earlier. I saw on the tracking that they had been delivered to the post office, but I was opening my phone and taking it off of airplane mode to text her to say, hey, I see the packages are in. Let me know if there's any issue. But she had texted me first to let me know that she had them. So that's a big worry taken off my shoulders. Don't have to think about not having food. The mushroom risotto has been working out, but it is so low in protein, and mine tastes so much better. I want mine. And yeah, so I don't know, I think 9.5 miles to the shelter. Let's see what time it is. It is 1:59, so 2 p.m. I have 5 hours of light. So if I could just be able to get 2 miles an hour, I could be at the shelter before it's dark. But, ideally before it's raining, but we can only hope that it holds off. Okay. Okay, I'm going to attempt my first water crossing in camp shoes because my feet are actually dry, and while my shoes are disgustingly muddy, I would like to keep them dry. And these are small stones, not the big ones that you're trying to really find your footing. So I hope it works and I don't slip and fall. Here goes. I successfully forded the river in my camp shoes. So now hopefully I can have dry shoes the rest of the night. And we are 83.9 miles from Katahdin. I have 6 miles to do tonight, and tomorrow we do Whitecap Mountain, and evidently Gulf Haggis, also known as the Grand Canyon of Maine, is up here, but I don't have time to do that trail. That would be cool though. There's an 8-mile loop, I hear. So I hear that this trail is pretty nice, and if it was all like this the whole way, wouldn't that be amazing? That would be great. I know that would be boring if the whole trail was comfortable, but 6 miles would be great. It rained a little bit, but not too bad. It's a little after 5 o'clock, so I have less than 2 hours of daylight. I will be hiking with my headlamp on, and I'm just hoping that there is a spot at the shelter, whether it be a camp space, a tent space, or sheltering in the shelter. I hear there's already 4 people there, and I'm still 6 miles behind it. So there could be more people in between me and the shelter. Probably not getting a space in the shelter on a rainy night. That's okay. It has been nice to be dry. Oh my gosh, it's been really nice to be dry, and I'm so grateful my mittens are dry. Not all my stuff is dry. My big towel was damp, but still dry enough to dry off my feet after the river crossing. Oh man, it's beautiful. All right, I'm gonna put some music on and put the pedal to the metal. We're taking the AT 4.2 to Carl Newhall. Lean-to the trail has been a beautiful, beautiful thing. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, it's just been cush. Mostly. I hope it continues to be that way because I just made great time. I have a little over an hour until sunset and about an hour and a half until there is no light. So 4 miles. Let's see if I can do it before the lights go out.